representing Grand Slam Martial Arts and YCL. My name, Jeff Sushi Doss. With permission, may I begin?
Let's go! Let's go, Sushi! Sushi! Turn it up! You're a rock star!
Welcome, everybody. We are here for a Teacher's Corner workout edition with Jeff Sushi Doss. If you guys don't know who Jeff Doss is, he is the man. He owns a martial arts school, Grand Slam Martial Arts, which is in Rexburg, Virginia. He's also a promoter of the Grand Slam Open Nationals, which hopefully we'll see back in a few years here. He's taking a little hiatus to focus on things. And as well as the Grand Slam Nationals, he is also the co-host of the Inside Scoop on the Martial Arts Inner Network, which is a great podcast series. They are actually going to be live tonight at 8:30, so make sure you check out them live on the Martial Arts Inner Network. Without further ado, we have the one and only Jeff Doss with us here. Jeff is going to be taking us through a workout series here. We also have a special little guest helper who's going to be joining us with the workout today. If you guys don't know Emily's son, Eric, he's going to be in the corner of the screen from time to time doing a little bit of a workout with you guys. So check it out. Without any further ado, here is Jeff Sushi Doss.
All right. See me, guys? Am I up?
You are up and you are live, Jeff. Let's go.
All right. Awesome. Well, hey, guys, again, thank you, Nick, for that great intro. Hope you guys can see me well. I'm excited to share with you guys just some of the things that I do. And, this is a great time right now to up your game, level up a little bit, right? So we are going to focus on flexibility and also kicking, all right? So give you a little insight into what I do for my flexibility to make my kicks stand out, not only that they can work in creative forms, Korean forms, Japanese forms, sparring, just a way for you to transition that, and maybe some tips and things that you don't normally see, all right? So we're gonna focus on some different types of stretching to get you going, okay? So there's a lot of things out there. There's two different types of stretching that most of us know about. One is static stretching, which a lot of us is holding, right? And dynamic, which is more fast-paced, like leg swings and stuff, right? Okay? So we're going to go into the dynamic first, all right? Because what is happening is that karate is a fast twitch type thing, right? We want to be fast, okay? So when we warm up, we should warm up and then stretch in that same thing. We don't want to lengthen the muscles when we're warming up to do something fast. We will do that at the end, all right? So we'll give you a little tips on doing that. So everyone, let's start with some leg swings. So get your guards up here. All right. We're going to put one foot in front, one in back, and we're going to swing up as high as we can. And up. There we go. And swing. And swing. And swing. And swing. Good. Now switch sides. Hands up. And up. Good. And up. Good. And up. And up. Good. So this motion is what you do when you kick. So it kind of what we're going to do moving forward. All right. Now the next one is the outside one. So we got to get those hips moving and swing just like that. Keep your legs straight. Get used to lengthening the muscles in a fast way. All right. Everyone got that? Yeah. Big circle. Yeah. Big circle. There we go. Big circle. Awesome. Now switch sides. And again, when we do these warm-ups, it's good to create good habits. I see so many people do warm-ups and their arms are like this. Go ahead and get used to having your guards up. Ready, go. And go. And go. And go. And one more. And go. Good. All right. Now the next thing is we're going to mimic our chamber. Okay. So our knee is going to come up as high as we can to our chest. The higher your chamber is, the better your kick's going to be. So we're going to bring it up like you're hitting yourself in the chest. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Switch sides, guys. All right. Hands up. Now our left leg. And 1. Ooh. And 2. Pick it up. Pick it up. 3. All the way to your chest. 4. And 5. Awesome. Now we're going to do the same thing but we did earlier, but with the knee bent. So going around this way. So we're bending our knee and out. So how we did before with the leg extended, now we're doing it with the chamber. Okay, so hands up. And 1, 2, 3. Get those hips going. 4, 5. Awesome. Switch sides. And 1, 2. Good. Now one thing, some of us I'm sure are doing this. I want you almost to where your foot is up, out, all right? And 3, 4, 5. Awesome, that was great. All right, good job, guys. All right, now, one more to get going that we need to do is we focus a lot going forward. We also need to focus on back, right? So doing that leg swing going backward. All right, be careful when we do this. We're not trying to go as hard as we can when we're warming up or stretching, because that's how you pull muscles. We just want to get the body used to that. All right, so, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome job. Switch legs now. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Awesome, guys. All right, so that is actually a good way to get you stretched and warm up at the same time, all right? So what we are focusing on today is some details on our kicks. I did this actually Monday with my class of working the 3 basic kicks, the front kick, the round kick, and the side kick, all right? And the biggest thing on all of this is keeping your chamber up without dropping it, all right? So I'm going to turn sideways so you guys can see what I'm doing. So if you see my chamber for my front kick, it's really high, all right? If it's down here, I'm going to have to lift my hip up more, and it's not going to be as good. So I want it smooth. So up, guards up, and snap that front kick out this way. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Set it down. Good. Breathe. Now, arms up. Let's do it again. Up. This time, we're going to kick. Now, look to the side. We're going to transition over to our side kick and back down. Now, the reason why I want to do this, get you guys used to doing this, is again, did my knee ever go down? It stayed where it was, okay? And that's what's really important with our kicks. What it helps us do is in traditional, be able to go from here, there, in a Japanese way. For fighting, we can go into a universal chamber, so no one really knows what kind of kick it's coming from, okay? So, really focus on this, all right? So guards up, Pick your knee up and front kick. Look, side kick. Bring it back. Again, and front kick. Look, side kick. Bring it back. Good. One more time. And front kick. Look, side kick. Good job. All right. Awesome. Now, let's switch sides. We got to do both sides. All right, hands up. Yep. This may be hard for some of you guys. I've been really focused on getting my left leg better since talking to John Chung. So hands up and front kick. And again, front kick. Front kick. Again. One more. Good. Put her down. Breathe. When we're doing this, guys, it's really working that core strength as well as good habits, all right? Think of if your arm drops, I always tell everyone it's like you are a puppet and someone's has a string and pulling you down. Because every time we do a kick and your hand's down here, that's just you falling down. So let's focus on keeping them up, all right? Now, let's put this side kick now. Up and front kick, look, pivot, side, and back down. Good. As high as you can get it. And up, and kick, look, side. Make sure when we do the sides, guys, it's not about height at first, right? But it's about technique. Making sure that knee is tight as you can. Pivot your back foot. Heel above toes. That's the way I teach it because we want to make sure we're in that straight line. You get more power when turning the hip over, all right? So start again. And up, and one, look, two. One, look, two. Again, try to do it without hands up. And go. Go. Good. One more time. And kick. And kick. Good job. Awesome. Breathe. Now, this is a good time to shake those legs out after you just did that. All right. If you're not used to doing this much kicking, then you're gonna feel a little different. All right. So a good one, of course, is stretching those quads out. So grabbing and pulling. Let's do that together. Grab, pull. This also helps your balance. And here's one of the things, though, too. A lot of us tend to want to do this. Work on keeping your chest up. Good. Switch. Awesome. Good. All right. Awesome. All right. So now the round. So we're going to go from the side to a round. So one of the things we always forget about when we do a kick is that your knee is actually showing you straight line from your knee is your target. So my knee's here, it's going to go straight out. If I'm doing a round kick, my knee is here, my target is right where my knee is pointing. A lot of times what happens, we pick our knee up like this for a round, and we're going over there, so we miss our target. Okay, so we need to make sure, same thing with a side kick, we're here. Or we're like this, and we chamber like a round kick, and we're missing our target, because we cannot physically hit with our heel going like that. So that's what's really hard about this side. That's why I still say it's the hardest kick there is, okay? So hands up. We're going to work knee up here, chamber. We're going to go to the side and back. Now, hands up. And again, guys, if y'all need to put your hand on a wall or something, that's a great way to warm up, all right? So here, now, out, and back. Yeah, I know. Same thing with me, doing the socks and stuff. All right, so when we do the round, put your hand out like this. Put your knee right underneath. Now, extend and back. Extend and back. Extend and back. What we are working on is that target and also making sure the round is in line. Okay, so these are good tips to practice at home. I do the same thing with a slat pad. So if you have a paddle, you can grab the paddle and you can actually hit the paddle yourself. All right, so that's a good one. Sure. Oh, all right, switch sides. Now, hand up. Make sure that knee is right underneath your hand so that way it's pointing the right way. A lot of us, it's hard to turn that hip over. We may actually be like this, right? And we're hitting over here. We're wondering why we're not hitting the target right. So we need to be up here, okay? All right, let's try together. Knee up. And 1, 2, 3. And that hip. 4, 5. Good job. Breathe. All right. Now, we did the round. Focus on that. The side, the front. All right. Let's get those legs again how we started. Let's do some more leg swings to stretch it all out. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Switch sides. All right. Let's stay focused. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Awesome. All right. Now, squat down like this. This is a good one for your horse stances. All your stances. Squat down. Push those knees out. Remember to breathe when you stretch. We're not stretching isn't to tighten us up. It's to loosen us. So you got to breathe. And up. Awesome. All right. So let's do one last combo. All right. This just kind of gives you an idea of the different things we do. And we can put all of these same concepts in Korean forms, creative forms, Japanese, whatever, sparring to work on your kick. So we're going to be here. This is kind of what we call our universal chamber. We go with the side, we go with the hook, and we go with the flip with the round. All right. So my knee is up, and if you see, my elbow is right on my quad. That way I'm guarded, right? I'm protected for the most part. So, straight line with the side. Bring it back. Now I'm in position for the hook. Now I'm in position for the flip. Everything's in line. And we make it simple instead of harder. Every time that we do this and bring it back down to this, we are throwing ourselves off balance and we have no control. All right, so hands up. Knee up, and 1, 2, 3. And again, up, and 1, 2, 3. Good. All right. Now this time I want you to do it for form. So we're going to lock that last one. Knee up, and 1, 2, 3. Hold it, and recall, and back. Good. Let's try it again. Hands up, knee up, and 1, 2, hold. Let's go, let's go. Back and down. Awesome. Switch sides now. All right. We're all going to struggle with this one together, all right? Hands up. Knee up, and 1, 2, 3. Back and down. Awesome. And knee up, and 1, 2, and snap it. Boom. Good. There we go. All right. Now we're going to hold it. Knee up, and 1, 2, hold. Back and down. Awesome. One more time. Let's go, guys. Push, push, push. And knee up. And 1, 2, 3. Good job. All right. Everyone clap it up. All right. Big breath. And out. Awesome. So that's a good kicking drill, like a workout, really. Okay? We did a lot of different drills on that. Basic stuff that you don't need really paddles. You don't need a partner. You can do it yourself. I can put my hand on the pole or whatever, or a wall to do those same things, and that will help. What's good about doing it with a wall, guys, or a pole, and it's actually in a lot of ways more beneficial, is that it gets you out of the habit of leaning. Okay? We don't, one of the biggest things I see with my students is they want to lean to get higher first, instead of focused on bringing the chamber up. All right? So chamber higher, and now I can be here without having to lean over so much. All right? So that way we can get that good rear leg side kick and back. All right? Or we can do the good hook kick, pop, boom, and back. One last tip before on the side kick, then we'll get into stretches, is for you to have a good side. A lot of us have puzzle mats in our school. Stay on that line. Think of everything in a line. I tell everyone, think of like I'm in my own like drywall. All right, I'm in the wall. If I'm doing a side kick, I don't want a bumpy wall. I want to be a straight line. So that means my butt's not sticking out, my foot's not over here, my hands are out. Everything is in a straight line. Okay? So remember that when you're working those. All right. As like we said, stretch first with the dynamic stretches. Now we finish our workout with the static one. So let's reach down, breathe. All right, now stay there. Now, again, big breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And you should actually go further. And one more. Good. All right. So let's sit down. I don't know if you can see me here. But we're going to go one leg straight out, the other one tucked. All right? So my hand's here. What I tell everyone to do is we just stretch. This is the worst stretch we can do. All right? Because this doesn't really do anything. All right? All right? This is how you do it, because guess what? When you do a front kick, you kick in the center. You don't kick to the side, all right? We don't do front kicks like this. So when you stretch like this, you're getting your body into that habit. So we want to kick in the center, so our legs straight, both hands here. All right, so everything is centered. Now let's switch. Let's do the same thing. With all these stretches, think of them for what kick you want to do them for, okay? So this is obviously for our front kick. Good. All right, same thing. We have your both feet. Reach here. This is a basic one most of us know. But if you can change it and get different spots of your legs, if maybe you put your hands out like this, you'll feel a different spot. Now put your hands a little wider. Head down and just reach. Now put your hands up high and fall down. So you will feel it in different areas, in your calves, in your hamstrings, lots of different things, okay? This is one of my favorite ones. So I'll do it this way so you can see. So this is the side lunge, right? Some of you guys may be able to see it this way a little better. But, so I'm on the ball of my foot or my heel, flat. It really depends what you want to work on. I do both, so that way I can work on my balance and this back leg. But this right here is for a front kick or even some of our stances. So same thing. Make sure we're here and stretch. All right. Now we have go flat and you're working your side kick. So focus on the heel position. Heel there. Turn your hip. Put your elbows on the ground so you get that stretch right in the middle. You guys can see. So that's your two kicks. Now we go in the middle like this for our hook kick. And we put that pressure, put your elbow right on your quad and pressure there. So what I'm doing is actually set up straight up like a front kick or flat like a side kick. I'm in the middle. And then we have our inverted front kick or twist kick stretch, which is going the opposite way. We put pressure there and stretch it out. Then, of course, we go on the other side. So let's do that together. Good. Now, if you're having problems with your knee, honestly, like currently right now, I'm having some problems with this one, my kicking leg. So it actually helps me to go straight here, so all the pressure isn't on my knee joint. And also say, if you don't want to get that low, just go like this, and you're going to work different parts. The other thing is actually, if say you cannot do this like this right now, do what we did earlier. Just tuck your leg, work here. Now go to the side and turn over. Get that hip motion and stretch. Now we bring it up like the hook kick, pressure. We can lean in some to get, because we're working different parts of our hamstring, guys. And now turn it over for that twist kick. I call it twist kick, some call it inverted front. Really just depends. But the key idea with all this is to stretch kick specific, meaning stretch for the kick that you want to do. All right. So many times we do this, we get in our V-sit, and we go like this. And that's really not going to stretch much. We need to reach across, okay? All right? And reach across. So that way you're getting the full. Yeah, all right? Yeah, I can. Oh, all right. I got it. But yeah, so when we do this, guys, like really think about that. Like, are you really pushing yourself? I know a lot of people think that because I'm real flexible, the stretching should be easy. I shouldn't have to stretch as much. I actually have to stretch more because I have to put myself in a different, situation, a different level. I don't want to just be flexible. I want to be explosive and flexible. So that's why you have to do those dynamic stretches. If I only did these long static ones, I would just be able to hold my kick up high, which is cool, but it doesn't have any application. I want to be strong and snap with that side kick, and for it to really register with the audience, but also the judges right there. Okay. For me, that's been my whole thing, is to not just entertain the judges, but everyone outside too. Because the more you get the audience pumped up and excited for you, guess who else gets excited? The judges do. All right. So, so those are little tips that we need to do. If you get in a good habit of training excited and pumped up, then guess what? You're probably going to do the same thing when you compete. So if you want to be a high-level competitor, I suggest that you help assist in class. I suggest that you help running classes, because it encourages you to learn how to hype other people up, right? Your job as an assistant instructor isn't just floating around and telling people what they're doing wrong, or you do have to quietly help them, but you can also encourage them. And so if you learn how to encourage someone, you're going to put those same things into your competition. All right. So we want to do any questions or anything like that, or what's up?
Man, that was a great class, Jeff. I know I had Eric back here in my apartment. He was kind of working out with you. He was up on the screen a little bit. We've had a lot of people who are just saying how much they enjoyed it. And I know a lot of people, we have someone who just said they missed the first part, but they're watching in Southeast Minnesota. They're going to try to tune in for the rest and replay the show. But let's just kind of talk about a little bit about your competition career. You've been competing since the 90s, which very few people can say that they've stayed active as a competitor from the 90s all the way in. So what year did you start martial arts training?
88, and my first tournament was like 2 months after that. So
Wow.
yeah, so 1988 was when I did that. And one cool thing that my mom did for me that most don't is they go to their first tournament and then they leave. Well, I went to a national tournament, my first one, and we stayed for the finals to see it. And without that moment of seeing John Valera, who ended up being my competition coach, who is now, he's one of the legends in our sport. He has influenced so many people, and he's now one of the head people in fight choreography in Hollywood. So I saw him in 1988 at a tournament, and it was like, all right, this is what I'm doing. So I suggest if you're going to your first tournament, like stay for the black belts or watch them that morning. However they do it, if you go to a national tournament, like say Diamonds is your first one, go stay for the finals, right? Stay for the Battle of Atlanta show. Those types of things, because that's what gets you excited as a kid. So.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear your perspective. I listen to your guys' podcast all the time, the Inside Scoop with Jeff and Alex. And right now on the screen, you can't see it right now, but we pulled up a picture from an old segment that we used to have on the Sport Martial Arts site. We used to have Sushi Schooling Sessions. So those of you guys who are MassLink viewers from back in the day, we used to actually have Jeff come on and give a little bit of lesson tips. So this guy, he's an encyclopedia of knowledge of everybody, competition from the late 80s to the 90s, all the way into the 2000s, 2010s. And you've done it all. You've been a competitor, you've been a judge, you've been a coach, you've been a school owner, you've been a promoter. The Grand Slam Open, I know that was an event we covered several times, and an event we hope to see back. Do you have any plans for the Grand Slam in the future?
So right now, the way I'm looking at it is either I'm going to be in a leadership position with a league or a national promoter. Trying to do both and trying to do it all is a lot right now. So we'll see how it goes. I think for me, taking this break was a good thing because it helped me sit back and look at it from the competitor's view and the school owner's view again, instead of you get so much in that promoter's view, you only see certain things from that view. And so the reason why I started was because, I wanted to help the competitor and grow. And so I think the more we reinvent a little bit, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but just make little changes. And sometimes when you're so much into it, it's hard to see it because there's so many things. It's hard being a promoter. I think a lot of people just think, oh, everyone's just getting a bunch of money, and that's not the case. It's really tough.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a hard scenario because people don't think about the costs and the venue fees and the trophies and trying to get everything organized. It's a really tough deal. And then beyond being a promoter, your main deal, you own Grand Slam Martial Arts. You're the founder there, and you guys have done a lot of unique things in the last couple months. I've actually watched several times where you've had hyper classes that you're live streaming, and I know you also do a little bit of you do some motivational speaking or some weekly talks. Tell us a little bit more about how those two things have came in and how they've helped your martial arts school.
Yeah, so the biggest thing for me is, even now, I'm not the best talker, but that's okay. Like, I'd rather be real and I just put the camera out and I just say what's on my mind. I do something called Morning Questions, and I do it on live, Facebook Live, and I also have a podcast where I put it in podcast form. And it's really 5 minutes. Sometimes I go a little bit longer, but a great way for you to ask yourself the questions that you need to for the morning. And I share those with my students. And the main thing is you got the answers in you, but a lot of times, and especially with our generation right now, the students we have, when you ask them something, their first thing to say is, I don't know. And you do know, just dig deeper. And I think for me, leading by example of doing that, and even like most of the stuff is just me just trying to figure it out. And sometimes I need help and I'm just asking other people's advice, but, and I think that's what's really important about it. It's just me being me. And that's helped. We do our dojo talks in our class and try to show them every week as well, so people know that we're really putting something into those kids. And we just moved to a 6,000 square foot facility, and we also have a dance academy as well. So I was running a dance school and a karate school in a 2,000 square foot facility, and now we have 2 different locations in a real small town. Yes, and I am working on doing more speaking and public speaking, as well as on podcast and all that stuff. So
yeah, that's been really informative. I've watched a few of those, and of course Inside Scoop, that's another great place to hear the podcast form. So let's talk a little bit now. School owners, we're in a tough scenario with the coronavirus and everyone being shut down for a few weeks as we're trying to calm down the epidemic. What are some of the things that you're doing with your students to keeping them engaged, keeping them training, and keeping your business running while you're not all together?
Right. So I'm going to be honest with you. It's felt like it's been a week or 2 weeks, and it's been like 2-3 days. So it's crazy. It's a lot of work to try to keep everything running physically while also putting everything out, online classes. Right now we are doing our Facebook group that has the class live streaming while also record it all so I can put it on other things. I'm going to work on doing, Zoom next week, or actually tomorrow. We have a challenge. Adam Kiefer has a great program if you guys are to do a training at home challenge and doing points and things. And so I've known Adam since the 90s, so competing with his brother and him. And so he has a great program. So school owners, they're looking for something cool, I really suggest with that. And, I have my students sending me videos of them training. I give them different tips. I've been updating my YouTube channel, which is Grand Slam Martial Arts and Grand Slam Dance. And I have different tips and things for them to do and workouts for them to do, while also updating the material. So really every day it changes on what we're trying to do. In Virginia, it's a little different. They haven't shut everything down, but the limit is, 10 people. And they actually said last night that they were going to start making arrests for anyone that's going over that. So you know what? Just be safe. Do what you can do. Stay within that. I just think everybody just needs to be strong and use this as a way to learn more, and grow. So.
Yeah, definitely. As a school owner, we've been doing a lot of the same tips that you've been doing, and it's great to keep everybody engaged. Obviously, we're going to be having plenty of streams going on the next couple weeks. We'll be back tomorrow with Dominic Forte. He's a good friend of mine here in Minnesota. He's going to have a workout. We've spoken with some other people like Ross Levine's planning on doing one, and many other great martial artists are going to be teaching some classes. So, Jeff, I want to give you a huge thank you for coming on in and giving a great workout. We've been seeing people post their photos, so continue to post your photos working out. I actually saw one of my students, beyond Eric, who's here at my in my apartment working out, but another one of my students, Chloe, she was showing off working out. So this is a great resource. We appreciate your time, Jeff. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you. And reach out to me, you guys, if you're interested in just any questions about what I did today or moving forward. So thank you.